Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Tonight's topic is going to be, you are my soulmate, and you're the love of my life. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So, if you were in a narcissistic romantic relationship, I'm certain you've heard one or both of those expressions, and literally dozens more. When you first met the narcissist, remember, they were looking at you as a viable source of supply, as the source of supply to lock down, maybe even get married and to become involved with. So they noticed all of the beautiful resources you had, all the beautiful attributes you had, many times when you didn't even realize how valuable you were yourself back then. But when they did this in the romantic setting, what they would do many times is try to assimilate themselves as quickly as possible to you. In other words, agree to virtually everything that you believe in, everything you stand for, everything that you would say. Remember those days when you could do no wrong? You were like the flavor of the month during the love bomb stage, and maybe that lasted for months or longer. But the point is, if you really take yourself back in time during that period, you could do no wrong. It was like you were thinking to yourself, oh my goodness, like who is this person? This person's amazing. And they have the same values as me and the same beliefs, and they always want to be texting me and near me, and they want me to be comfortable and me to be taken care of. And this is amazing. I've never experienced anything like this in my life. And guess what? That's right, it was too good to be true. Now, keep in mind, we didn't know what narcissism was back then. We certainly do now. We understand what narcissism is, and thank you very much for being here on the channel, becoming educated and awakened. But I'm certain if you really think about what I'm mentioning here, you are my soulmate. When you mention those words, like you're my soulmate, you're insinuating or implying that the other person who you're speaking with, that like they complete you. They're the yin to your yang. They complete you, let's put it that way. And when you are in the love bomb stage and you don't have boundaries, or you certainly don't know what narcissism is, and you're falling hook, line, and sinker for these words from the narcissist, then you're believing it. You want to believe it. And the reason you want to believe it is because, number one, you believe this person's special and amazing, and where have they been your whole life? But two, you believe in love, and you believe in giving to a fault back then because you didn't know what narcissism was. And you honestly, most likely, thought most people on the planet were just like you. They're not. Most people on the planet want to take, not all, but a lot of people have self-serving interests in mind when they meet you, even today. I mean, you need to have boundaries. But going back to the love bomb, or going back to you're my soulmate, or you're the yin to my yang, or all these things, think of all the things that they would smother you with. They would smother you with texts, with phone calls, with adoration, with wanting to be near you, with you believing that every single move you made was perfect, it was impeccable, it was flawless. They were feeding this false sense of security that you had. They were feeding it, only just to rip it out from underneath you eventually during the devaluation stage and, of course, the discard. But this video is about you're my soulmate, and you're the love of my life. You're the person that completes me, all these things. All of these sayings that I'm mentioning on this channel, many of them come from Hollywood, from movies, from Disney, from things like that, from historical references as well. But what the narcissist knows when they use these things, like you're the love of my life, that is a weapon. They're using that to weaponize their false ability to love you and to actually have you fall head over heels in love with them. It's one method they do it. It's exactly what they do. Same thing with you're my soulmate. Number one, the narcissist doesn't know what a soulmate is. Sorry, they don't. They have no idea. Number two, you're the love of my life. The narcissist can't love. They have no idea what that is. All they do is mirror back to you what you wanted to see during the love bomb stage and during the beginning of the relationship. However, again, we didn't know that. We didn't have the education back then. We have it now, or we're getting it right now, and we are not falling for one-liners like that anymore. Like you're my soulmate, you're the love of my life, you complete me, all those things. Another thing I want to mention too is, and drop comments below if this resonates with you, is that many times the narcissist would not call you by your name. They wouldn't. They would call you by a pet name or a vague name per se. Many times they would not use your first name. Think about that. And if that resonates with you, drop comments below. And why would they do that? Well, I will tell you why. if they didn't call you by your real name or your name, the reason why is because it's so much easier to use a blanket generic name, a pet name, for you and for all the other sources of supply. Play that again. You see, when you have multiple sources of supply, you have to remember everybody's name. And it gets quite tricky, quite difficult when you say, for example, are married to somebody, and then you have multiple sources of supply behind their back. Are you going to remember all these people's names and actually call them by name? No, you're not. You're going to use a pet name or a generic name, like an example. I won't give an example, but you get my point. Think about that. If that was your experience in the toxic narcissistic relationship, please drop comments. But the narcissist knows each and every tactic, each and every maneuver, each and every way to manipulate you in the love bomb stage. And they will say things, anything to play on your heartstrings. Here's another one, famous one, Zodiac signs, the signs of whatever your Zodiac sign is. How about that? Remember the days? Maybe they did this with you. They pulled out a website or a magazine or a sheet of paper or whatever and compared your Zodiac sign, yours with theirs. And you're like, oh my gosh, are we going to connect? Is this real? Like, are we a good fit? I don't know. And you know what? They made it fit. They made you believe that. They made you believe the false narrative that your Zodiac sign was just in line with theirs, no matter what the signs were. Now, are they an astrologer? Probably not. Or are they into the Zodiac signs? I don't know. But what I do know is that's another way they assimilate themselves with you. Yes, that we're a good fit. Yes, we can take this relationship to the next level. Things like that. And when you are in the love bomb and you're just being smothered with fake affection and adoration from the narcissist, you literally, that's your entrance to the fog. It's 100%. That's your ticket to the fog. And how long the fog lasts will be determined by how long the relationship lasts. But when you're in that, your boundaries are super low, or maybe you don't have them. You're believing virtually everything the narcissist says to you because you're being smothered with fake affection and fake love and fake adoration, and you don't have the education. So you're completely vulnerable, and you are in a spot ripe to be picked, whatever that expression is. And the narcissist at this point, once they actually have ensnared you in their web of lies, manipulation, and destruction, in the love bomb I'm talking about, and they really know that they have you, meaning they've been texting you nonstop 24 hours a day for the last 3 months, and excuse me, it's getting tiresome for them because they have to actually put work in during this period of time, but they keep it going. Why? To make sure that you're going nowhere, to make sure they can lock you down for a longer period of time. It's exactly what they do. And once they realize this, then everything disappears. The texts, the cute emojis, the soulmate, the love of my life, all these things disappear slowly. And then one day you wake up and you're like, wow, I'm not getting these cute emojis anymore, or I'm not being texted, 3 paragraphs. I'm just getting like a one-word text like, hi, or okay, things like that. Why is this sudden change? Why does this change? It changes because you are now being devalued, although you don't know it. And all of the soulmate comments and everything, they're long in the past. Because remember, those comments weren't real. Yes, you heard the words, and yes, they professed all this nonsense to you, but none of it was real. It was just to ensnare you in their web of lies and manipulation. Once they knew they had you hooked, and I do mean that, that's when they began to devalue you and slowly pull away all of these things. Here's another one for you. Tell me if you've ever heard this one. You would be with the narcissist and you would say, I love you. And they would say, I love you more. You ever get that one? Sure you did. Exactly. That's a classic way to wind somebody up. Because if somebody loves another individual and you're expressing it like I just did, that means coming from my heart. It means I love you. And keep in mind, the narcissist always has to one-up you, always has to top you. So when they say to you, I love you more, that's meaning, it's got a dual meaning actually. One, to manipulate you, and number 2, to top you. It's exactly what they do. But the whole point of this video and that example is because they just want to keep you in the fog. And they want you in that as long as you possibly will endure it and put up with their nonsense and tolerate their poor behavior. But all of these things fade away over time. After the love bomb, all the things, all the adoration and the smothering with affection, it all disappears. And it disappears pretty quickly. And then what happens? That's right. There you are, working for the narcissist in the relationship, even though you don't know it. All of your resources are being depleted. Everything's being drained. Your bank account, your looks, your social circle, your job, everything. And you're trying to get back to that love bomb stage. You're trying to get back to the soulmate days. They never come because they weren't real in the first place. It was simply a ghoul, somebody trying to manipulate you and trap you and trick you. And it's exactly what they did for a period of time. So keep in mind all these expressions the narcissist says or said in the past. And please, by now you should have boundaries, or you're learning to grow your boundaries and maintain them. And if you're in a relationship now, let's say not with the narcissist, but you're entering the dating pool, you're getting out back in the dating pool, and someone's saying this, oh, you're my soulmate, where have you been all my life? I love you more, and I can't live without you. All these kind of things, huge red flags, each and every one of them, huge. I don't care who they are, run for the hills. It's not going to benefit you. It's not a good beginning to a relationship. Bear in mind, a healthy relationship, romantic that is, it should start off relatively slow, so you get to understand and learn about each other. You go at your own pace. No one should ever be rushing you, ever. And that's exactly what the narcissist did in the past. They rushed you. You were always being rushed around because they wanted you in the fog. They wanted your head spinning. But now, if you're entering the dating pool again, remember, you need to have boundaries. You need to trust your instincts, pay attention to red flags, and nobody can ever rush you. Do things in your time. When you're ready, you will do it. But this is a friendly reminder for you. Remember all those things, the cute emojis being texted during the love bomb, and you're my soulmate, and all these kind of things. That's it, guys. I really hope you understood and got value from this video. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from beautiful Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay blessed. Stay true. Stay on the path. Continue to maintain and grow your boundaries. Continue to not let anybody rush you with anything. And continue to understand that if someone's dropping the soulmate word on you, or love of their life, or how they can't live without you, and where have you been, and comparing zodiac signs and all that at light speed, run for the hills. It's not good. It's just not good. It's another toxic beginning to a relationship that certainly won't last and certainly won't benefit you. Have a great evening. I will talk to you tomorrow. God bless you. I love you. And no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. You are not. We are here with you. I'm here with you. God bless you. I love you more than words can say. Have a great night.